Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. We got a couple of videos to take a look at today, um, courtesy of Old Squishy Gardener. So shout out to him, and shout out to his channel. But I do want to give at least one breaking news or updated news bit, and that is, I believe I just got the notification that Kim Gardner's office has lost even more attorneys in terms of resignations. According to the snippet, there are 20 attorneys left in the entire office. So with just one handling the violent felonies unit. I think I tried to find another city for comparison's sake, and what I've been the only one I was able to find it in short notice was that in Jackson County, Missouri, which includes Kansas City, Missouri, and which has a population of 500,000. So it has 200,000 more people than St. Louis for sure. But apparently, they in Jackson County they have 100,000 people. They have 100,000 people. So they have 100. I stayed 100,000 people. They have 100 attorneys handling cases in Jackson County. So 20 attorneys versus 100 attorneys. And furthermore, like I was saying earlier, the judge in the case to remove her from office is going forward. So I'm probably going to be updating you guys as this goes along because it sounds like this is going to be a wild one. But with that being said, let's get right into the main event. The first one we're going to take a look at is this domestic violence case that involves a couple. Now, I'm not sure whether or not both parties engaged in DV, so they're both charged, or if it's just one actor. But this is going to be the first one we're going to take a look at.
Well, the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Bill Cruz Baldiles, counsel appearance.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Baldiles, who is here for his arraignment.
Okay, Mr. Baldiles, how are you?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Today was the date and the time set for arraignment. I do have a felony complaint here. It alleges that on or about April 29, 2023, at the address of City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan, that you did contrary to law commit the act in count 1 of police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. The allegation is that you did assault, batter, wound, resist, obstruct, oppose, or endanger Officer Rebecca Hare, a police officer of the Lansing Police Department, that the defendant knew or had reason to know was performing his or her duties contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.81. D1. That's a felony. The maximum penalty is 2 years and or $2,000 in fines, and a consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. There is or under MCL 750.81D6 for another violation arising from the same transaction. There is a count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, that alleges that you did assault, batter, wound, resist, obstruct, oppose, or endanger Officer Michael Fomby, a police officer of the Lansing Police Department, that the defendant knew or had reason to know was performing his or her duties contrary to MCL 750.81D1. Again, that's a felony. Maximum penalty 2 years and or $2,000 in fines. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement, or under MCL 750.81D6.
Gia, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Sorry I missed your birthday stream. Artie, happy birthday. Gia's been busy with the puppet design project. So I appreciate it, Gia. Nevertheless. Yeah, so we got so far we got 2 separate counts of battery on a law enforcement
for
officer.
another violation arising from the same transaction.
3
There's
counts.
count 3 of attempted peace officer disarming non-firearm. It alleges that you did attempt to commit the following listed offense, and in the attempt did act towards the commission of that offense, but failed in the perpetuation or was prevented in the execution thereof, and that was done contrary to MCL 750.92, and that is take a taser from the lawful possession of Rebecca Hare, a peace officer with the Lansing Police Department.
Try to take a cop's taser.
479B1. This is a high court misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 2 years or $1,000 in fines. Upon conviction of an attempted felony, the court shall order law enforcement to collect DNA identification profiling sampling. There's a count 4 of domestic violence that alleges that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon a Roberta, a resident or former resident of your household or your spouse, and that this was contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.812. Restitution may be ordered as this offense may have resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual. That count 4 is a misdemeanor with the maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and of $500 in fines, and a consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. There is, however, a second offense notice. It says, take notice that the defendant was previously convicted of assaulting or assaulting and battering his or her spouse, former spouse, an individual with whom he or she had a dating relationship, an individual with whom she had a child in common, or a resident or former resident of his or her household, or of knowingly assaulting a pregnant individual by violating MCL 750.812 on or about January 6, 2012, and therefore upon conviction will be subject to an enhanced sentence under MCL 750.814 that makes count 4 a misdemeanor, maximum penalty 1 year and or $1,000 in fines. Count 5 of assault or assault and battery alleges that you did make an assault or assault and battery upon the following person, that being a, and that was contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.811. Restitution may be ordered as this offense may have resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual. This is a misdemeanor, maximum penalty 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. Again, a consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Mr. Valdez, do you understand the charges and the maximum penalty associated with each charge?
Yes.
Is he making a request for court-appointed counsel?
He is.
Okay, Mr. Valdez, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say and anything you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty. You can plead not guilty, or you can stand mute. You are being charged with felonies, so you have the right in this matter to proceed to preliminary examination. And you have the right to have your preliminary examination within 21 days of today's date, that being your date of arraignment. Do you have any questions about your trial rights?
No.
You're currently scheduled for a probable cause conference, and that's before Judge Cynthia Ward, and it's going to be May 12th, 2023 at 8:30 in the morning. You have a preliminary examination scheduled before Judge Ward in person at the court May 19th, 2023 at 8:30, okay?
Okay.
So your probable cause can be held via Zoom, or you can appear in person, but your preliminary examination, you must appear in person. Did you get a copy of the notice to appear, sir?
No.
You did not yet?
No.
It's in front of you, yes, you got it, sir.
It's right there.
What is it?
You know, notice to appear.
It's the purple piece of paper, sir.
I guess so.
Okay, very good. Okay. You currently on probation, parole, or out on bond on another
No.
matter?
No.
Okay, were you recently on probation, sir?
I've been on probation, but that was like 6, 8 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. You weren't on probation in October 2022?
No.
Okay. You can address bond counsel.
Thank you, Mr.
Sorry, and the court will enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Thank you. Mr. Baldiaz represents that he's lived in Lansing for over a year with his family, his wife, his 2 minor kids, and his adult child also lives here with him. He is a veteran of 7 years with the U.S. Army and was honorably discharged, and also is on VA assistance. So he does not have a 9-to-5 job. He told me that he hasn't had recent serious convictions, and he also understands that there may be a no contact order with the alleged victims here, and will have to stay away from these people. I believe it may be a family member, and he understands that. He promises to appear for court. He told me that he's always appeared in his prior matters and plans to appear if released. He would request a PR bond with the understanding that he cannot talk to any complaining witnesses, engage in any assaults or harassing behavior, and must appear at court when he is supposed to, like he's indicated he has a record of doing.
The R bond's pretty bold ask, given his record.
Oh, Mr. Baldia, are you currently employed?
No.
Okay, and that address on Kelsey, that's your home address?
Yes.
And you do not yet have an address where you would stay during the pendency of this matter?
The only address I got to stay at this matter is in Purim, Oklahoma.
Okay, well, one of your
If I can't go back and see, if I can't go back and see her, then Oklahoma is the only way I got.
If you can't go back and see who? The alleged
My
victim?
wife and my children.
Okay, well, there's going to be a no contact order in place for the protection of the alleged victims. It looks like one of them is, there's allegation of one victim being your wife. And then there's an allegation of another victim.
Sorry, Brad.
I think this is a family member, a wife and is it your stepson?
Yeah, he swung at me, so I swung back.
Okay, well.
No! No! Oh, no! No! No, don't say anything! Oh, boy. Oh. Bro, don't. Even if it was self-defense, don't say a damn word. Like, even if you're right, don't say anything.
I want you to say anything on the record that could be used against you. And to the extent that you believe you have a lawful defense, you'll discuss that in private with your counsel, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
There's
All right.
going to be a no contact order and protection of those two parties pending this matter, but there also is going to be an order that you're not to leave the estate without prior approval of the court.
Okay.
So going
You're gonna have to
would not be an option.
So you're gonna have to figure out a place to
no
stay.
Options besides living on the street, and I'm not doing that. I'm a soldier, and I do not deserve that.
Oh God.
I almost gave my life for this country, and now this is going on over some cats that didn't even belong to us.
Okay, Mr.
Oh my God.
Say anymore, because now is not the time.
Okay.
Okay, well, we are dealing with some serious allegations here, sir. It's not even just allegations of a situation involving your.
Yeah, it's not just domestic violence. It's, dude, you assaulted 2 cops and tried to take one's taser. So
home. But there are at least 2 counts of that you're being charged with for assaulting or resisting an officer, 2 separate officers, and then an allegation that you attempted to disarm an officer. So this is a serious interaction that's being alleged here. This is not just an action involving some cats. As
No, stop.
okay?
Don't.
I swung at him in 8
Not
times.
well,
Mr.
sir.
No.
Okay. You said he's engaged with the VA right now.
Yes.
Okay. Is he receiving any services through the VA at this time?
I'm not sure. Are you receiving any services?
Yeah, I get like $880.
No, I mean like any services as it relates to counseling or treatment or anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I've never had to ask him for anything. This has always happened, and the judge right at the beginning told me that you stay out of trouble and be good, and told me to leave his room. So I did.
Okay. I definitely need an address of where you're gonna stay. And you said what's in Oklahoma? You say you're from Oklahoma?
Yes, my mother lives there and my brothers. I'm the only one that lives out of state.
Gotcha. Okay, bond will be set in the amount of 2,500 personal recognizant with GPS tether. While out on bond, you need to appear for all of your future court dates. You've been provided your next 2 court dates so far. You're not to have any contact.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fairly. She's giving him a break. I think. This is a second battery charge, and then the assault and battery of 2 police officers. Anyway,
Contact directly or indirectly with do you understand that?
Yeah, but how am I supposed to get my clothes?
oh god,
Well, do you understand that there's a no contact order first?
How am I supposed to get clothes? Yes, I answered you, ma'am. I said yes, but now I'm asking, how am I supposed to get my clothes and my belongings?
Okay, you can make arrangements for that, but it can involve you having contact directly or indirectly with those 2 parties. Do you understand that?
you got to get a friend.
Okay,
I still don't understand how I'm supposed to get my clothes.
okay.
Can
Well,
I
talk about
ask you to leave, and that way she's there by herself? That way I'm there by myself and I can grab my stuff and leave?
You can make arrangements to have law enforcement accompany you there.
I don't like law enforcement.
Oh.
I don't like law enforcement.
Your 2 of your charges are battery and assault on a law enforcement officer. And you just say, I don't like law enforcement. Yo, you're not helping your case, man. Come on.
That's why I'm asking if I can. Can I go there by myself, grab my stuff, and get out of her house?
No, you can't ask her to leave because you can't have contact with her. So you don't understand the no contact order then.
Yes, I do understand the contour, ma'am, but how am I supposed to get my clothes?
Mr. Baldiaz, the judge is trying to explain that you're gonna have to, if you want to get out of jail and get your stuff, you're gonna have to have law enforcement come with you. That's the only way. It's normal.
I don't
And
trust any of them. I don't trust any of them. After them 2 pulled a gun on me, I don't trust any of them.
well, the alternative, unfortunately, would be to stay in jail, and I know we don't want to see that happen.
And then she said I reached for her pepper spray, even though she
No,
was on
now's
top of
not-
her.
No, stop. Stop. No, here he
Time to
goes
talk about
again.
I'm just gonna give you one last warning just to just answer the judge's questions if you understand them.
What's the judge's name?
My name is Judge Kristen Simmons.
Okay, that's on me.
Okay, that's a little threatening. That doesn't sound very threatening at all.
That's all I needed.
Oh my
Are
God.
you ready for me to continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're not to be within 1,500 feet of wherever is or. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I reckon.
You're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon while you're on probation. I'm sorry, while you're out on bond. You're not to be at the address of Kelsey Road while the.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not the address, so I will go to my house. That's
No.
my neighbor's address.
Oh my God, you idiot.
And I can tell her she can take the kids to the park or something like that. So I can
Okay,
get
well,
my
it's
stuff.
apparent. It's apparent that he's not going to follow court orders. So your bond.
Yes, I am.
Your
I
bond.
just told you that.
Your bond is set at 5,000 cash short.
There.
GPS tether.
and you blew it. Now it's a $5,000 cash bond.
Victim notification. I'm not going to go back and forth with you about bond conditions and how you can get around the bond conditions. I'm not going to make arrangements for you to get your clothes. That's your business. It's not mine. I'm going to tell you how the court order is going to run and you figure it out. Okay? And I'm also not going to go back and forth with you. Okay? This is not Mr. Baldia's court. Okay? It's not what he wants.
No, but when do I get to speak?
You've been speaking the whole time.
He has been speaking.
And if you keep going back with me, you can speak to the magistrate tomorrow, and I'll remand you.
And then what?
I can remand you, and you can speak to the magistrate tomorrow if you want to keep going back and forth.
So she upped the ante. At first, it was a $2,000 PR bond, which means that he didn't have to. Which means he didn't have to put anything up front. Now it's a $5,000 cash surety bond. So now he does have to put up the money. And now she's saying if you keep at it, I'm gonna remand you. So there's no way you won't get any chance to get bond. So
if I can't conduct an arraignment, I'm gonna discontinue it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll watch my mouth. No one.
Thank you. The bond. What is your home address? I actually was at the address on Kelsey Street. This paperwork says it's. Is that not your address?
No.
You're not to be with.
Thank you, Goddess, for the $5.
Kelsey Road, City of Lansing, County, State of Michigan. I had already told you not to be wherever the victims live, work, or go to school. So even if the address was misstated on the paperwork.
Hey, Jennifer, thank you for the gifted membership.
Be in violation of the no contact order. You understand that that's still a bond violation, correct?
Can I contact my family and have them pick up my stuff from them? Which I have no family, but can I have someone please get my stuff? I'm walking around in which your officers threw me in mud and then forced my face into the mud and then threatened to pull a taser gun on me.
Oh my God! Stop talking about. I think at this point I think that the defense attorney basically has checked out at this point. He's not even bothering.
Knowing I have heart conditions, I'm a VA veteran. It's hard for me to understand some things when I don't make sure of what that is. I don't know what it is that I've done wrong.
Okay, I'm not disputing that you're not sure as how you got here or you're not sure what you did that was in violation of law. That's not the dispute. When I'm asking if you understand the bond conditions, that's what I need to know, okay? You can figure out how you got here with your attorney in private and not on the record where you're stating things that are being recorded and can be used against you. Okay, that's not the appropriate time. Excuse me?
So I understand.
Okay, and so the no contact order, you have to be within 1,500 feet. Who could you potentially call to other than these two protected parties to get your things?
In Oklahoma, I have no family here. I have nobody here but my wife and children. They're the only ones I know besides me and Tom.
If your family is able to come up from Oklahoma and want arrangements to be made for them to have third-party contact to get your things, then you talk to your attorney and they'll make sure that the court addresses any orders that will prohibit third-party contact for that purpose. As of right now, The only provision is that you may go with law enforcement to the address to retrieve one time to receive your personal items, okay? That's your option. Also, while out on bond, you're not to possess firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to leave the state without prior approval of the court. You need to report to pretrial services within 48 hours of your release, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Your bond is $2,500 cash surety with GPS tether. Any additional matters for the record?
What
No,
does
thank
that
you.
mean?
I'll explain that to you.
He doesn't even know.
You're all set, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Not this way, sir.
So there you got it. You just got a glimpse of what defense attorneys have to deal with, and that is an unruly and an unresponsive client who just keeps on talking themselves into further and further trouble. The next one we got, make sure you guys can see it here. Hold on, 1 second. Trying to get the picture-in-picture to work again.
Nine 18 CF 216.
There we go. This one is involving a dad who apparently doesn't want to pay his child support. So let's see what happens here.
State of Wisconsin versus Shane Nussberger. The state appears through District Attorney James Reineke in person. Mr. Nussberger appears in person with counsel Jeremiah Harrelson. We're set here today in these matters to a plea and sentencing hearing. We were here for a final pretrial. However, the court has been informed that the parties have reached an agreement. Mr. Harrelson, can you please recite the agreement for the record?
Yes. Mr. Nussberger will plead to count number 1 in 18 CF 29 and count number 2, both of those failure to support a child. He will plead also to count number 1, felony bail jumping in case 18 CF 216. All other counts in both cases will be dismissed. The parties jointly agree to waive a pre-sentence investigation. The parties stipulate to total restitution of $34,960.93. The defendant will not be requesting a restitution hearing. The parties jointly in both cases will be dismissed.
Hold on, I missed that count.
Parties jointly agree to waive a pre-sentence investigation. The parties stipulate to total restitution of $34,960.93. The defendant will not be requesting a restitution hearing. The parties jointly recommend a sentence of court costs, full payment of stipulated restitution in the amount of $34,960.93, and fines. Parties are not asking for confinement or probation. The parties agree that the $11,000 bail already forfeited will be applied to the child support arrears, reducing them from $34,960.93 to $23,960.93 currently owed.
Ah, so only 23,000 now.
The $30,000 bail currently on file will be forfeited upon the defendant's plea and applied to the current arrears, leaving a residual bail of $6,039.07. The parties recommend fines not inclusive of court costs in the amount of $2,014 on each count of conviction for a total of $6,042,
Damn.
which will come from the bail amount currently on file, plus additional standard court costs for each count of conviction, which will not be covered by the bail amount currently on file, but will be assessed in the usual manner upon conviction.
And is that something that he has the ability to pay today?
I did not ask that. I planned to ask the court for a payment plan on that. He is currently, as I understand it, volunteering his time to his employer and will be soon, hopefully, working gainfully for that same employer.
Your Honor, if I could have 30 days, that would be sufficient.
All right. And so if the court were to proceed and to accept this plea offer, all of the child support will be taken care of and it will be at a zero, correct?
That is my understanding.
So basically, the 30K bail, plus whatever that $11,000 amount was, basically runs him down to zero. So he straight up paid like a full on 30. So the only thing that he would have outstanding is the court costs. That's what it sounds like. But he is now essentially made whole by this plea agreement by forfeiting his $30,000 bond. Plus the whatever the $11,000 amount was.
Does he currently have an open child support order?
It's arrears only, as I understand it.
Okay. And so, but this would cover all of the arrears. He'd be at zero. Is that correct, Mr. Renicky?
Yes.
All right. Okay, plea questionnaire waiver of rights form.
Yes, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, victims' rights compliance,
Yes, in both files.
Oh my God.
pleading guilty to 2 felony counts of failing to support a child and 1 felony bail jump. Is that correct?
Sure.
32 years old, you have 12 years of schooling, which would include a high school diploma or equivalent, and you can read, write, you understand the English language.
I'm 42, but yes,
You're
Your Honor.
42?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say you're a lot younger than I remembered, but may I make that change on the plea questionnaire?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're 42 years old. Did your attorney go over with you the maximum possible penalties that you face for this charge?
Yes.
These charges?
Yes.
Did your attorney go over with you what the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt for these charges?
Sure.
You are not receiving treatment for a mental illness or disorder, and you've not had any drugs, alcohol, or other medications in the last 24 hours.
No, ma'am.
So you don't need any daily medications for any medical condition or anything of that nature. No, I should just drop it, but I'm not going to. Has he provided the medical documentation to you, Mr. Harrelson?
I have not received anything.
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Do you suffer from a medical condition? So you've been lying to me this whole time.
Yes, ma'am, I lied to you.
Ooh.
Judge, I would hope Your Honor will understand if I advise him to not directly answer that question.
Other medications in the,
May I approach?
yes, victims' rights compliance.
Yes, in both files.
Pleading
Let's
guilty to 2 felony counts of failing to support a child and 1 felony bail jump. Is that correct?
let's go back and
32 years old, you have
listen
12
again.
Years of schooling, which would include a high school diploma or equivalent, and you can read, write, you understand the English language.
I'm 42, but yes,
You're
Your Honor.
42?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say you're a lot younger than I remembered, but may I make that change on the plea questionnaire?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're 42 years old. Did your attorney go over with you the maximum possible penalties that you face for this charge?
Yes.
These charges?
Yes,
Did your attorney go over with you what the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt for these charges?
sure.
You are not receiving treatment for a mental illness or disorder, and you've not had any drugs, alcohol, or other medications in the last 24 hours.
No, ma'am.
So you don't need any daily medications for any medical condition or anything of that nature. No, I should just drop it, but I'm not going to. Has he provided the medical documentation to you, Mr. Harrelson?
I have not received anything.
No, you're right, Matt.
Do you suffer from a medical
Liar.
condition? So you've been lying to me this whole time.
Yes, ma'am, I lied to you.
Can you pull the microphone over, please?
Judge, I would hope Your Honor will understand if I advise him to not directly answer that question.
Mm,
In
I
the
can
event-
understand, but I hope you can understand why then it's very difficult to find him credible.
Connor, I've made a lot of mistakes and I'm trying to make things right. This whole ordeal, everything I have done has messed up my life completely. I've lost everything. I'm done being on that path. I'm done being untruthful.
Uh-huh.
Been 5 years, Mr. Harrelson, 5 years I've been
A year.
told
we-
lies.
A year we have. It has been a year, Your Honor.
No, it's been
with
way more
this.
than a year, Mr. Nussbauer.
With the medical condition, it's been a year, Your Honor.
I can go back if you want me to show you.
Ma'am,
Oh, uh-oh.
I'm positive of it. It's been a year. I'm sorry.
You were on warrant status for a significant amount of time. I can go back if you want me to all of the entries that we've had over the years. But for me, quite honestly, it doesn't, to prove me right is not going to make this any
Yes, sure.
better or any worse for you.
Yes, sure.
And whether or not you're going to say it's been a year that you've been lying to the court
Yes, sure.
versus 5 years,
Doesn't really.
whatever, it's not
doesn't-
going to make it any better.
Yeah, I've only been lying to you for a year, Judge, not 5 years. Oh, well, that
So
changes
you're
everything.
being truthful with the court here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Have anything to say for your untruthfulness?
I'm extremely sorry. And like I said, this has turned my world upside down.
Brought closer to him, please.
I'm very sorry.
It still needs to be brought.
I'm sorry for everybody that I've hurt, everything that has been wrong. My whole life has been inside out. I've made so many changes and for the good, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Hmm.
I'm truly sorry. I mean that. From the bottom of my heart, I mean it.
Well, hopefully now the matter can be resolved with all of the funds that have been graciously provided by your employer so that you can stay out of custody.
Your Honor, I'm working to pay those funds back.
Wait, his employer? His employer fronted the money? Oh, wow. Where does he work? That explains why he said that he's volunteering.
I'm running myself ragged trying to take care of everything I should have been taken care of for a long time. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just saying I really am.
Stop this fake whining, crying.
I'm not trying to, it's not. I'm
Ooh.
sorry.
All right, so now that we know that you do not suffer from a medical condition, you are not dying from stage 4 cancer.
Oh! Whoa! Oh, 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 there's the bombshell. He lied that he had cancer. Oh, wow. Woo! Oh my God. Whew.
You do not take any medications or other things. All correct.
Correct, Your Honor.
You're charged with crimes. That means you're entitled to constitutional rights, and each of these rights has been listed on this document, and your attorney went over your rights with you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving and giving up your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you'll no longer have the right to a trial. You'll no longer have the right to have your attorney cross-examine the state's witnesses or call witnesses to testify for you. You will no longer have the right to testify on your own behalf or remain silent and not have your silence used against you. You will no longer have the right to have a jury trial in which 12 of your peers would need to reach a unanimous decision as to a guilty verdict or find you not guilty. Do you understand all of those rights you're giving up here today?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States, your plea could result in your deportation, the exclusion of admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes.
Do you also understand you're pleading guilty to felonies? As such, you will no longer be able to use or possess a firearm for life.
Yes.
You will no longer be able to vote in any election until your civil rights are restored.
Yes.
Do you understand the parties have reached an agreement here, whereas the number one focus is making the victims whole with paying restitution, and that it is simply a recommendation to the court for, on top of restitution, court costs and fees and fines. Do you understand that that is simply a recommendation to the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Said differently, do you understand I don't have to follow that recommendation?
True.
You understand that with regards to the two failing to support felonies, the state would have to prove count one, failure to support on or around October 1st, 2010 and December 31st, 2010 in Burnett County, Wisconsin. You did intentionally fail to provide child support for at least 120 consecutive days where you knew you were legally obligated to pay such support. That is a Class I felony. Do you understand what the state would have to prove?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that upon conviction, you face a $10,000 fine, 3 years and 6 months of incarceration, or both.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand with regards to count two, failure to support? The state would have to prove on or around January 1st, 2011 and March 31st, 2011 in Burnett County, Wisconsin, you intentionally failed to provide child support for at least 120 consecutive days where you knew you were legally obligated to pay such support, a Class I felony. Do you understand what the state would have to prove?
Yes, sure.
You understand that upon conviction, you face a $10,000 fine, 3.5 years of incarceration, or both.
Yes.
You also understand that as it relates to case 18 CF 216 and the felony bail jumping, the state would have to prove on or around August 3rd, 2018, between September 19, 2018, in Burnett County, Wisconsin, having been charged with a felony in Burnett County case number 18 CF29, and having been released from custody, you intentionally failed to comply with the terms of your bond by failing to make payments to the Burnett County Child Support Agency as ordered by the bond dated August 3rd, 2018, a Class H felony. Do you understand what the state would have to prove?
Yes, sure.
Do you understand that upon conviction, you face a $10,000 fine, imprisonment of 6 years, or both?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, again, that I'm not bound to follow a recommendation as it relates to fines only and restitution and court cost? You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Said differently, if I find, based upon the facts of this case and looking at the matters in their totality, that if it's appropriate, I could sentence you all the way up to the maximum possible penalties for each of those crimes, and I can have it be either a concurrent together served or consecutive served separately sentences, that it's my decision and my discretion and what I would like to do. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you still wish to proceed and enter guilty pleas here today?
Yes, sure.
Did you review both of the criminal complaints with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
In particular, there are sections called the probable cause sections, and it basically says what happened and why you were charged with these crimes. For the most part, are those facts accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you admitting here today that you, in fact, intentionally failed to support your children for at least 120 days, at least with 2 separate felony counts.
Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty here today to a felony bail jump because you are in fact guilty of violating your felony bond?
Yes, ma'am.
And you did so intentionally.
Yes,
Mm.
ma'am.
Mr. Harrelson, did you review the criminal complaints with Mr. Nussberger?
I believe when he said he did that with his attorney, he was referring to his earlier attorney. He and I have discussed the facts of the case, but haven't sat down together and gone page by page through the complaints.
Thank you, Mr. Harrelson. But you went over the facts that
Yes, ma'am.
that have been alleged in both of those complaints
Yes,
and what the state would have to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
yes.
And did you go over and discuss any potential, did he talk about any defenses or alibis or anything of that nature with you?
I would have to review all of my notes, but we have consulted with each other about the options after I reviewed discovery.
And so you come across, you present as a very thorough attorney, Mr. Harrelson. I presume you are.
I
Is
believe
that
so.
accurate?
I believe so.
And so if something,
Not
so
to
you
toot
would
my
have
own horn or
reviewed
anything.
these files thoroughly, correct?
I have certainly reviewed these files thoroughly.
And if anything jumped out at you, you would have thoroughly discussed that with Mr. Nussberger.
Well, yes. I can think of one thing off the top of my head, and I've made adequate notation of that in my file.
Excellent. All right. And so with that, may the court use the probable cause sections to find a factual basis on top of what the admissions Mr. Nussberger has made here today.
I'm sorry, Judge, what was that again?
The factual allegations in that criminal complaint. May I use that to find a factual basis on top of the admissions made by Mr. Nussberger?
Yes.
So what so it's got to be more than just accepting a guilty plea, but the judge is going to recount the factual record to put on the record that there is probable cause that a crime was committed, and therefore she could accept the guilty plea, because generally I think other states will accept it, but personally I feel like you need more. The prosecution needs more than just a guilty confession or a guilty plea. I feel like they got to at least provide probable cause that a crime was committed on the record.
Thank you. Mr. Nussberger, has anyone made any threats or any promises to you for you to plead guilty to 3 felony charges here today?
No, ma'am.
You're doing so freely and intelligently. That means you're telling the court you fully understand what you're doing here today
Yes, ma'am.
and voluntarily.
Yes, ma'am.
Have all of your attorneys, and in particular Mr. Harrelson now, have they looked at these matters thoroughly?
Yes, ma'am.
Have they discussed the facts of the cases with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you discussed any potential thoughts that you may have for defenses or for any types of alibis or anything of that nature?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have been open with not only your previous counsels, but with Mr. Harrelson as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've talked to him about every aspect that you can think of as it relates to these cases.
Sure.
And are you satisfied with his services?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services of previous counsel up to the point of retaining Mr. Harrelson?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court or for your attorney before we proceed?
Go, Your Honor.
As to count
Yeah.
1 in 18 CF 29, failing to support over 120 days, an I felony, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
As to count 2 in the same case, failing to support a child 120 plus days, an I felony, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
In 18 CF 216, count 1, felony bail jumping, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
The court will find your pleas of guilt are done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. I'm going to find you understand your constitutional rights and what it means to waive and give up those rights. We'll
Hey,
find a factual basis to
Anonymous, thank you for the $4.20 tip.
accept your pleas of guilt. Based on that, I will find you guilty of those 3 felonies. The remaining counts will be dismissed and read in for purposes of sentencing. A judgment of conviction will be entered today. Argument and sentencing recommendation, Mr. Reneke.
Your Honor, in looking at the history of this case, it looks like the case was started in at least March of 2018. On March 14th, the defendant did not appear, so a warrant was issued on that date. He appeared in custody on December 3rd of 2018. There was on January 28th of 2019, there was a preliminary hearing waiver.
Hey,
But then on
Jessica.
February 27th of 2019, the defendant had another no-show and another warrant.
Not a no-show.
And looking at this case, I appeared on behalf of the state on December 22nd of 2021. Both cases were called. The defendant at that time was claiming his stage 4 liver cancer and COVID and other matters. So that's something in excess of a year right there. In the prior.
Yep, there it is. So yeah, no, it wasn't just it wasn't just a year. It was a lot more than a year.
To that, other counsel appeared, so they had different notes, but obviously there was significant periods of warrant status. And looking at Mr. Nussberger's history, it looks like he has 13 prior criminal convictions.
Wow.
It looks like there was a misdemeanor level issuance of worthless check from 1999.
Check fraud.
And that was in Pepin County and Dunn County in 99. There was a felony forgery.
Forgery.
Claire, there was a D felony theft of special facts.
Theft.
In 01 in Pepin County, another felony forgery, another
forgery. So all of these charges go towards deception. All these charges goes towards him being a liar and a deceiver. So he has zero credibility, which of course makes sense that he's going to fake having stage 4 cancer to try and get out of his obligations. Further evidencing that his tears were a bunch of BS.
2 felony forgeries. In Dunn County from 03, there was an OAR. In Dunn County in 04, there was an OAR and misdemeanor bail jump. In Dunn County in 2010, there was a fleeing and eluding along with a first-degree recklessly endangering safety.
Oh.
Another Dunn County 2010, there was a felony forgery. In 2010, there was a Burnett County misdemeanor issuance of worthless checks. And in Dunn County in 2014, there was a misdemeanor theft. So there's multiple prior felonies and multiple prior misdemeanors, roughly 13 prior criminal convictions. This looks like it's the only or original felony non-support type of a conviction that he's got. There were obviously multiple dismissed and read-in counts, but now there is at least some amount of acceptance of responsibility from the 2 counts of the failing to non-support, and there is also now a felony bail jumping as well. In this particular case, I think there's approximately 10 days of jail credits to date. There's a potential of maybe 30 more from Barron County that needs to be confirmed. So there's been at least some punishment by way of incarceration. In this particular case, the primary punishment is trying to make the victims, it's primarily the children and the other parent, whole through a financial reimbursement. Oftentimes when we see this amount of child support owing, it's a futile effort to get reimbursement or payment, but because of the various warrants and the posture of the case, we now are in a happy position of being able to get all of the financial obligations paid in full. And with the current felony convictions, the state believes that the financial penalty and the felony convictions combine for a sufficient penalty in this case, so we would support the joint recommendation and ask the court.
Basically, the prosecutor's saying, well, because he ultimately made themselves whole. Hey, Debbie, good to see you in chat. So essentially, yeah, what did I say? The prosecutor's saying, well, look, he somehow got 34 grand in back child support, up to 0. So we're good to go.
Court to follow it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Harrelson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Many of my reasons for making this sentencing recommendation are very similar to those offered by Mr. Renicky, but from the defense perspective, I think primary concern is that the punishment should fit the crime. And in this case, the punishment is it's financial, depriving the custodial parents and the children as well of a significant amount of money, which could have benefited the children over time. And so the recommendation is being made, or this agreement has been entered into with the idea that this would, unlike many cases of failure to support a child, make these individuals whole. And so the idea here is that Mr. Nussberger should experience the financial pain himself that he has caused through his failure to support children, to the children and to their custodial parents. As I indicated earlier, it's my understanding that Mr. Nussberger is currently volunteering his time for his employer, whom the court has noted had posted the cash.
I do want to correct, I'm sure it's not voluntarily providing his time because he owes $30,000.
Yeah. Are we sure that that's an on the up and up, whatever the employer provided?
So I'm sure there's a work off type of situation involved.
What I understood, Your Honor, is that he is working without pay. I don't know how long that is. I don't know any details of that. I just understand that he's working for her and currently without pay. So
you're a lawyer and you don't want to get into employment law and the implications that could cause on a business.
This is
right.
Why my understanding was that he is volunteering his time. And so, Your Honor, the court costs are Mr. Nussberger's liability as well, and it was not contemplated. We would not be asking the court to include that within the forfeiture amount from the bail because it seemed fitting that he should still have to come up with that money and pay it. One of the considerations from the defense perspective is that probation and prison or jail ultimately cost the taxpayers of Wisconsin a lot more than they do cost the defendant. And in this case, probation, if it were ordered, it seems to me would be primarily for the purpose of ensuring that Mr. Nussberger got the restitution paid off and would serve little remedial purpose beyond that. He does have significant criminal history, but as Mr. Renicky has noted, all of it is fairly dated. It's at least 10 years old at this point. And Mr. Renicky can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where we stand. His criminal history is dated. So the benefit to him and to society of probation, I think, would be minimal because its primary purpose being to ensure that he made payment of restitution. He could, of course, in this instance, do what many defendants do, which is get to the end of their probation and still never pay a dime, and then have it perhaps extended and make modest payments. But in this case, we're presenting the court with a proposal that makes people whole, and that seemed fitting given the nature of the crime. It also seemed appropriate to have the residual amount over and above the restitution to be a fine and not something that he would get back into his pocket or to his employer's pocket. So part of the thought process here, Judge, was that I didn't see probation as having a significant benefit on him, and confinement, of course, rather than, that was the other thing, I'm sorry, I'm backtracking, is that it seems that to me that where the crime has to do primarily with his failure to provide the money, which could certainly have been garnished if he were gainfully employed during all that time, it stands to reason that he shouldn't be placed into a position where he simply freeloads off of the rest of us again, which I'm proposing to the court is exactly what would happen if he were confined. He would, essentially, the rest of us, the citizens of this state, would have to pay for his confinement, and he would be receiving room and board. But that would not lead to what I think the state wants, which is for Mr. Nussberger to be a productive member of society, holding a job and working and paying his own way. That I think is best accomplished outside of custody. And again, I think that that the benefits of supervision are to him and to the modest, but come at a great financial cost to the rest of the state. I hope that the fines assessed in this case can be received by the county. For the counties, they cannot.
They don't. It's just like a very small percentage of stuff. The county doesn't receive a lot of anything with fines, with court costs, with fees of that nature. So I think with fines, we get a higher percentage, but it's still very minimal.
Okay. And something I've not paid careful attention to.
Not many people do. That's just something that I have been interested in knowing. So,
well, in that case, I hope that the residual, the fines portion, can in some way benefit the state for its own expense in prosecuting this matter. And of course, there have been a lot of administrative things done by the state, both on the state level and the county, with respect to the payments made to the custodial parents and then trying to get those back from Mr. Nussberger. My assistant had written to dispatch here to ask for days of pre-sentence custody. They sent me an email, which I forwarded to Mr. Renicky, and I counted 10 days of custody. And then Mr. Nussberger advised me that he thought he had approximately an additional 30 days from Barron County in connection with this case. I don't know. Sometimes my clients know that they were in custody, and the real reason why is something I still have to look into. So I would be grateful if Your Honor would allow me some time to look into that, although I'm hopeful that the court's sentence today will be what the parties are recommending.
all right. Okay, thank you. Mr. Nussberger, I'm going to now turn to you, in which you have the opportunity to provide a statement. You can let me know anything you wish to know. Formally, people like to use fancy
This will be
words
good.
as an allocution. Okay, you can tell me anything you want me to know, anything you want me to take into account. When this started to where we are here today, and again, we have allegations stemming back from 2010. Or you can quite simply say, you know what, Judge, I don't want to say anything else, and that's your right as well.
Yeah, I'm a big part of both my boys' lives, the ones these cases are on. I spend an awful lot of time with them. They spend an awful lot of time with me. I'm truly sorry for the hardship I've caused. I really am. Me and Jessica are not on bad terms, their mother, nor do I want to be. I'm truly sorry for what I've done, and I won't make these mistakes ever again. In so many ways. I've lost my whole family. I've lost everything.
Are you finished?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm just going to call it like I see it, Mr. Nussberger. I don't believe the words that are coming out of your mouth or how you're expressing them. And it does stem all the way back. And I'm going to tell you that it goes back.
I wouldn't.
Almost to when the case was initially filed. It goes back to 2019 when I have medical conditions and I can't come to court started. That's a whole lot longer than a year that you've been telling the court, I can't come to court, I'm missing the court. Because I can tell you, I have a really good memory. And I get told this a lot. People are surprised.
Your Honor.
It first started with, I have work issues.
So, hey, you had your chance to talk. You had your chance to talk. Now you don't. Now it's the judge's turn.
I'm working construction or I'm doing those things. I can't come to court. And then when I said, no, Mr. Nussberger, you must be in court, then that's where it started happening, and you started saying, I have medical conditions, I have cancer, it's affecting me. And the court, I keep saying the court, it's me. I've been on this case this whole time. And I was lenient. And I said, okay, you can appear by telephone. You can appear by telephone. And even that wasn't enough to assure that you would appear. And then COVID, boom, COVID was a saving grace for everybody in the world in the court system, because then everybody got the excuse of, I have COVID, I don't have to come to court. I have COVID and I can appear by telephone or by Zoom. True. And that's where it started with you as well. You had COVID. I don't know how many times you told me that you or kids that you have, but not in your full-time care and custody, how many times you said COVID. And there comes a time where enough is enough.
The vid.
And even through the COVID, I had already been ordering and directing and mandating that you provide medical records to the court.
Yeah.
And I think then finally you were put on the spot, because this went all the way back to, I think, our former DA, Joe Schieffer. And then Mr. Renicky. We've had a few ups and downs here in the county with our district attorney's office, and we've had to get back on track and to get stable. And it's like each of those times, and you came in and said, no, but I can't. And then you had said December 22nd, 2021, I will fax medical confirmation to you by January 4th. And that's when I had enough is enough is enough. But then lo and behold, it didn't come. And it never came. And at no point, Mr. Nussberger, at no point did you come to the court and say, you know what? I'm sheepish. I'm awful. I have lied. At no point did you ever come clean. And I'm going to tell you that when this first started and we went through and I heard the plea agreement and then I heard certain things, I walked in and I was going to say, oh, wow, you must really be sick because you look awful today. Usually I like to compliment people who are doing better and feeling better. And I can see that, especially if they're having some types of sobriety, illegal drug issues. But I don't know why maybe it's because you have a lot of guilt. Maybe it's because you are actually facing the piper.
Yep.
You're here and you're being called, and this is it. You cannot escape responsibility and accountability anymore. You can't do it. Thus, Mr. Harrelson, why the court needed to have $30,000 in bond for a failing to support. Generally, that's not typical. I was going to say that's a lot for a failure to substantial battery
for support.
But you didn't come to court, and you were not once did you fess up and become truthful to the court, because as you may have gathered over the course of time, I am lenient when leniency is necessary or when it should be reasonable. And I have been lenient with you, Mr. Nussberger, multiple times. And so when you sit here and I hear you speak and I hear this little whiny kind of.
So look, the way I heard her, what she said previously is that he made her look like a fool because she believed him, and she probably actually cared for his well-being, but he straight up lied for at least 3 years, not one. So she made her look like a fool. So now she's pissed, rightfully so.
Fake cry. It's not real. I see no tears. Even if I were to if I weren't to see any tears, I wouldn't believe you because it's not real. And you face an extremely lengthy sentence, extremely lengthy. I'm going to tell you, I come from practicing in Michigan at the Attorney General's office where they prosecute. The Attorney General's office prosecutes failing to support cases. People go to prison for a lot less than this, for failing to support. Because not only is it a crime against your children, Mr. Nussberger, it is not only a crime against your former significant other, the mother of your children, it is a crime on the community, on the system as a whole. Since 2010, you have not supported your children. The government has.
13 years.
Guessing, I don't know. But in some respects, in some ways, everybody else has had to pick up your slack to help raise your children. I'm sure you have a bond with your boys, and I'm glad. That's great, because there are two aspects to being a father: being present, giving your time, giving your person, doing activities. And then there's the aspect of making sure they have what they need, not only to survive, not only to thrive and to do better, but so that they can succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're put in a situation to be raised by a single mother who is providing the support, and you're not out there doing your part, they're already at the short end of the stick. And that's why it's a bigger crime than just black and white, oh, didn't pay his child support. And it hurts a whole lot more people than just your children and just your significant other. And that's why this is such no more serious than anyone wants to perhaps give it credit for. Now, if we were looking at this case and, okay, let's make sure we get the child support paid and we get that taken care of, and we do it in a little bit more quicker fashion, or we're a little bit more candid and open and honest with the court, this could have been resolved a whole lot sooner.
Probably.
It could have been resolved without all of the stress, without all of the warrants, without all of the enormous amounts of bond that have had to be paid.
Maybe without, yeah.
But, Mr. Harrelson, there's the positive here. It will be paid off.
You chose to lie.
The children will get their share, hopefully. Hopefully it is going to trickle to your boys and they're going to get what they need. Hopefully it can be put into some account where they can better themselves. They can get education, even if it's not to go on to college, to do some trade, to go into welding, to go into be a machinist, to do something that can better themselves where perhaps they haven't been given all of the opportunities that others have because they only had a single mother supporting them. Now, Mr. Harrelson, if I could, well, I can because I'm the judge. If I do this job and I sit here and I sentence off of emotion and I sentence off of somebody lying to the court, I could send you to prison today for a very
You could.
That's why I have to be unbiased. I can't take your lying personally. It's just a disrespect to the court. It's a disrespect to the system. It's a disrespect to your children.
No, I'm sorry.
But that is not how I sentence. I sentence to, let's make the victim whole. That's the number one here. And then what else can we do? There should be some type of punishment aspect, quite honestly. There should be. There should be punishment. It's not a prison. And I'm going to throw out big kudos to one of my best friends who handles these cases in Michigan. She sent a whole lot of people to prison who, that's the only way. That's the only thing. It's punishment and they won't pay. So number one here, we have $30,000. The court is ordering restitution in the amount of $23,960.93. That will make child support paid off in full. That leaves $6,039.07 remaining. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to do some weird odd fine or fee. I am going to assess a fine of $2,000 per count. So that's $6,000. With a remainder of $39.07. I'm assessing $518 in felony court costs and fees, etc., per count for a total of $1,554.
So $1,554 is basically the outstanding fee he's got to pay, basically out of pocket, as it were.
Your attorney's correct. I put you on, there's no need to put him on probation. There's no need. It'll just be a whole lot of oversight for nothing because your services, the skills that you need to develop are honesty and making sure you support what you create.
Mm.
And that is now taken care of. I don't believe your children are not 18 yet, I don't believe. So you must not have a child support order anymore then. So hopefully you're going to figure something out with your former significant other, the mother of your children, and you're going to make sure you pay your fair share to raise those boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Not only time,
Yes, ma'am. I know.
clothes,
I'm sorry.
and food and shelter and fun things.
Fun thing.
So probation is not appropriate, and as much as I'd really like to punish you for lying to the court many, many times, I'm not going to send you to jail, Mr. Nussberger, for this case. Because you're going to have an outstanding balance. So I'm just leaving it at the recommendation for fines, fees, court costs, etc. But I am going to tell you, if you fail to pay the $1,500 and some odd dollars that are remaining,
Connor, can I please have 30 days to pay that?
I'll give you 30 days to pay. But what I'm going to tell you right now is not only will I enter a civil judgment against you, because you're always going to owe that. You should know by now when I say that money is due, when I say that you do something, I mean it. And if you fail to pay that within 30 days, I will issue a warrant. And you could sit up to 6 months in jail. And knowing the history here and how I find your credibility, I think it's pretty good call that you could sit close to the max if you fail to pay.
So
20 days to appeal. Should you fail to appeal within 20 days, you do lose that right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 10 days of jail credit. Doesn't really matter. So I don't really know, Mr. Harrelson, if you need to confirm with Barron County or with Captain if he has additional jail days, because I'm not putting on probation. He's not going to be revoked. So I'm going to sentence him to 10 days in jail, time served, in addition to the fines and fees. Felonies, no use or possession of a firearm for life, no voting in any election until your civil rights are restored. I'm ordering you to provide your DNA to the Sheriff's Department. You will come up here when you're done, get the form, go down to the Sheriff's Department, provide your DNA. With something like this, you may be able to request to have it expunged through a written letter to the Department of Justice. That's up to the Department of Justice. It's easy to do. Google it.
Your Honor, my DNA is on file.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I have to
I'm
order
just
it
asking.
each and every case.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to do that.
Don't care, didn't ask.
Compliance, again, 30 days to pay.
Plus your deadbeat.
I believe that covers everything. Mr. Renicky,
I think you've covered it. Thank you.
Mr. Harrelson.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Nussberger. And here, this is just words, but I hope for your sake and for your employer's sake that you are going to do whatever you need to do to repay that debt. It is a debt. No one should support your children but you and the mother of your children. No one else. It's not their duty. It's not their responsibility. They didn't bear the children. You did. So it is for you and you alone. All right, you can come get your form, go down to the sheriff's department, and we are adjourned. Make sure you pay 30 days.
Okay. For those asking, it is Jedi Survivor that I'm playing right now. So well, here's what I want to say with regard to that one specifically. So courts are generally like, when it comes to child support, whoops. Oh my God. What time is it? It's only a little over an hour. I know that there's a new code, Blue Cam, but hold on. I want to say this about the last case. So the courts are often find themselves like in a tight spot when it comes to back child support, mainly because the purpose, as you guys know, the purpose of child support is to help the children. And if somebody doesn't pay, a father doesn't pay, or refuses to pay, like the court can garnish wages, but if the father doesn't have a job and doesn't want to get a job, the judge can throw him in jail, of course. The problem is that throwing him in jail doesn't really solve the problem, which is getting that money, getting that support to the children's benefit. You know what I'm saying? So oftentimes it's kind of the issue isn't being resolved with prison. However, I think the fact that this guy was able to somehow get his employer to front the entirety of his support actually kind of helps here. And it helps the judge. And what I mean by that is because all that support was made up in one fell swoop, the judge is far more willing to chuck him in prison if he messes up again, because at least there the family's made whole up until that point. So it's not simply like numbers increasing on a page that doesn't actually do anything. So she actually gets so the judge is far more willing to just throw him in jail for not paying his fine and messing up again than to say, oh well, if I throw him in jail and then he's not going to have a job anymore and he's not going to be able to pay. So I think I think this is a perfect opportunity for the judge, and I think it's the best overall solution here is to that he was able to actually. So I think he put himself. I almost want to say he put himself in the worst position. I mean, yeah, jail is going to be jail, but he put himself in a certain position to where the threat of jail is far, far more real than maybe it would be in other situations. All right. So I haven't actually seen this yet. This latest Code Blue Cam. So sure, why not? Let's do it.
2022. A deputy was on patrol when he observed a speeding vehicle in Belvidere, Wisconsin. He activated his radar unit, which clocked the vehicle traveling 6.
Did his employer know he may lose? I genuinely don't know what the circumstances are between him and his employer. I really don't. But the judge made clear that there's a little video, there's a warning out there that they could find themselves in a precarious situation. I see you, Jassa.
66 miles per hour in a 55 mile an hour zone. When a traffic stop was initiated, it appeared the vehicle accelerated to get away from the deputy, with speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour. The 24-year-old male driver later identified as Jordan, continued to flee at high speeds while driving recklessly.
Where did they turn?
Herman, moving back Buffalo City. Just across the tracks.
Hey, Lana. Hey, guys.
92. Do I have permission to continue into the city?
What are the speeds?
50 miles an hour right now. We're just coming past the cemetery. Speeds are fine now.
The sheriff soon advised to terminate the pursuit due to its nearing city limits.
97, all units, went back off and then look for the vehicle. Go through town and look for it.
They're going past 13th Street right now. I have my lights and sirens turned off at this time. They're turning left on the County Road. Left on the County Road towards Cochrane.
Not yet,
As the
delete
deputy
laws.
continued in the direction of Jordan, he was observed running through many stop signs.
They're going past the fire station right now. They're at the stop sign of and North Main. Turned right, heading into Cochrane.
Once he went beyond the city limits, the pursuit was reinitiated.
What's your speed with him?
I'm currently doing 40. They're turning left onto 5th Street, heading to 35.
10-4, you can continue his pursuit then.
10-4. Left onto 35, northbound.
I don't know.
They're still northbound. They're coming up on Seaford Hill.
I'm at Seaford Hill now.
That's them right there by you.
I'm gonna take them here. They're turning on Seaford Hill.
92 is at Seaford Hill.
Going through the field, Mitch.
When his vehicle
ARPF.
was stopped, he quickly backed into one of the squad cars and proceeded to flee again. At
Oh.
the same time, the deputy noticed another occupant inside the car.
Uh-oh.
Adam Frank Victor 7935. Adam Frank Victor
Uh-oh.
7935. 1050.
Seaford Hill.
1050.
Elma, I'm disabled.
There's 2 men.
Could be another charge there. Whatever the Carl. You know what, Whiskey? I was actually thinking about that. I need to reach out to Carl Lentz's comrade or buddy. The day that we were supposed to have a conversation kind of like flew by. But I need to reach out to him again to reschedule.
Males in the car, 2 males in the car. They're southbound now.
Correction, I'm back at it, going southbound.
If you get his log that they struck 92 squad. 95, how many copy?
10-4, copy. No one to the south. You want me to get Trumbull and on ahead of this way?
Absolutely, back slammed right into me.
Yes, please. They struck 92 squad. Southbound, past 5th Street now.
92 or 94. Do you want me to get one on or Trumbull County headed this way?
10-4, get them heading this way.
95, all my traffic is light at this time. Light.
You're gonna
traffic
pit him?
at this time.
You can go around him, Mitch. Try to slow him down. I'll box him in again.
That's where I'll try that in.
Run that plate again, get it.
Alma, it's Wisconsin. Adam Frank Victor, 7935. Adam Frank Victor, 7935. I'm right behind him now.
10-4-95.
Alpha Foxtrot Victor.
Moving past the vehicles on the left.
Speeds well in excess of the posted limits.
92, I'm going to try to get around him here in a straight stretch.
Copied. Careful. He's slamming on the brakes there, 95.
Watch out, they might turn there. Yeah.
Taking Prairie Moon, Prairie Moon.
Oh, I can hear him going through those G's. Uh-oh.
Alma, not tricky copy. They turned into Prairie Moon.
Prairie Moon, correction, 2 occupants in the vehicle. 2 occupants, Prairie Moon, northbound.
As speeds decreased, a deputy was able to perform a pit maneuver on Jordan's vehicle.
Spoilers!
Cell phone Kamrowski.
Bam!
I took him out. Hands up! Get your hands up now! Show me your head! Don't move! Don't move! Anybody in the back seat? Don't move!
I'm not.
Don't move!
Hey, I want to let you know right now.
Yeah. Don't move
No, I'm
your
not.
hands.
There's a gun in my pocket.
He advises he has a gun.
It's loaded.
Keep your...
Well, you know what? At least he at least he's upfront about it, you know? Most of the time these guys don't say a damn thing. Probably the smartest thing he's done, the passenger's done so far.
Fucking hands up! Don't move! Put your phone down!
But I will say, whoever said crossfire, holy crap, yes. Crossfire issues here with the sheriff's deputies. What the hell?
Give me your phone.
Here.
Just don't move! Put your hands up!
Right there.
Put your hands up! Touch the ceiling!
I got you.
Okay?
I got you.
Still don't move!
Here.
I'm gonna take your seatbelt.
Dude had a Mexican Coke bottle in his seat.
Yeah.
Sue Bear, thank you for becoming a member.
Here, get it. Get it
Where's
out of my
it?
pocket. It's in a holster. I have a valid CCW.
I mean, who knows? Look, it could very well be that the passenger has nothing to do with this. Bear in mind, he's a passenger, not the driver, right? So that could be the reasons why he's like, for the love of God, I'm telling you right now, I have a weapon. I don't know this guy. I have nothing to do with this. So it could be that's the situation here with the passenger.
I don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, see?
Yes, sir.
You see? Right there. That's exactly what I'd be saying right now.
I was just
It's right here, Ryan. I got it.
car.
Yeah, that might not Still don't move!
Not moving.
Do not fucking move! I mean it! I'm gonna try to unload it quick, Ryan. Do not move! You keep them hands up! Both of you! Arrows around in the chamber. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Let you know.
Get out.
Hey.
Keep your hands up!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you.
Get out. I want you to lay on the fucking road
Yeah,
right there.
I got you.
Lay on the road.
Guy, I'm just a passenger.
Lay down.
I got you.
Put your arms behind your back.
I don't know shit. My wife is good. Oh, man. I'm just going to pick up a car.
Hey, man, we can work through this.
I'm just going to pick up a car. Going to pick up a what? Okay, there's gotta be a story behind here. No spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat, but there's got to be a story here.
Yeah, I know. But I need to be there by 5.
All right. Drag his ass out, Mitch. Get out. Is there anything else in this car I should know about a gun?
No, sir.
Get out. Give me your other hand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get out.
Yes, sir. I'm coming.
Get out.
Yes, sir. I'm coming.
Get out of the car.
Sir, may I say that this is not his fault?
I don't care, man.
This is my fault.
And so the driver's also also corroborating and saying, hey, yeah, the passenger has nothing to do with this. It's all my fault. So what is happening right now?
I know, sir. And that's how we can work through this, but...
No, that guy said I'll get a bullet. I don't need a bullet.
I said if you move, you'll get a bullet. Was I not clear enough with you?
It's just rude. I didn't do nothing.
Rude? You just drove all over the place.
No, sir, that was me, sir. That was me, sir.
Think of the circumstances here before you speak. Thank you.
You don't need to
Please double up. I did not search him, obviously, but...
There's a wallet in my back right pocket.
Okay, we're gonna help you up on your knees here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you need EMS at all?
No, sir.
You're okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any weapons?
No, sir. I believe there's a lighter in my pocket. That'd be about it.
Any other guns in the car?
No,
any
sir.
other people in the back of the car?
No, sir. There was no one. This was not his decision. This was me, sir.
Okay, and I respect that. I'll have you step up. Okay.
I am on bond monitoring as well.
You're on bond.
Look, I get what the passenger's saying. let's assume for the sake of argument that he literally did not have anything to do with this. I think at least the cops said, look at it from our perspective, okay? We, as far as we know, both of you are in on it as of this moment. So we just finished with a decent speed chase, a reckless chase that we had to do a pit maneuver, and the guy backed into a police vehicle as part of trying to escape. So look at it from the cops' perspective, all right? So chill.
Yes, sir. For what? You don't have to answer that. That's fine.
While the deputy was standing by the open door, he detected a strong odor of marijuana emitting from inside.
Hang on. Get him out of the way, Mike. His car is clearly still in fucking gear.
No, sir, it's in park.
You got it in the park?
Yes, sir, it is in park.
Okay, come back here, bud. I didn't search him at all, Mike. He had a gun in his pocket. Just stay right here.
Yes, sir.
He's the one that had the gun in his pocket. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure you don't have anything in your waistline. Anything in your shorts?
No, sir. They're just plain basketball shorts.
Yeah, there's pockets, right?
Oh, yes, sir, there is. That isn't. Okay. On the ground here to the left of my foot.
I was able to back up a little bit and get out of my squad.
I'm gonna put this in your wallet, then.
Okay. I'm sorry about this. This is stupid. That was my decision.
Why is Code Blue Cam zooming in on the cop like that? Terrible.
Very stupid. Put ourselves and other people at risk for their lives, man. Come on.
CBC did him dirty like that.
Anything?
The two vapes in the cup holder are mine.
Okay, the one with weed in them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me take a seat.
Tell me you didn't run over weed.
No, sir. I ran because I don't have a license and I'm out on bond.
I'll have you sit down, bud.
You didn't have a license and you're out on bond, and so you decided to just run for it. And so now you got felony evading. Oh my God, this is so dumb. This is really dumb.
Yes. And then just, once you're in there, kick your feet this way. I just want to make sure you don't have anything in your socks or anything like that.
No, sir, just an anklet.
Is there any chance?
just the anklet. And he was on house arrest too.
Grab the jacket out of the back seat. Sure. The Milwaukee one.
Anklet. Is that what you're on bond with, or what?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my legs.
Do you need EMS or anything?
I don't feel any pain,
okay,
though.
You can flip on in. You're probably just cold. A lot of adrenaline running through. I'll throw this on for you, okay, bud?
Okay. Is it okay if I sit sideways? Because I'm so tall, I'm like...
Oh, yeah, whatever's better for you.
Okay.
So I'll just leave that off then, because obviously you can't sit sideways then, and you won't fit, so. Accidentally racked around out of my... He's worried about his ride.
My wife, I didn't break the law. Dude, just hang tight, okay? Yeah, I know. I got your coat there. Just hang out.
And just so you know, everything's recorded in here, so don't say or do anything stupid.
I'm not gonna disrespect you, sir.
Appreciate it.
You good?
Good. You good? He has an ankle monitor on.
Who is it?
I don't even know. This is his wallet right here. Yep, that's the driver.
How many guns do they have?
This is the one that was in that guy's pocket.
There's
the passenger.
Oh,
that was this one.
That was that one. Oh, okay. Or did you have your gun up?
I had mine out.
Hand. You had your up. You were clearing it or what?
I had mine right here. That was this one.
Yeah,
yeah, I had mine out here because when I went to put it back in there, it ejected a shell out.
Oh. Do you have this guy's ID at all? Oh,
I do not know. Just turned out by the mill to go southbound. They're coming northbound at 66, so I locked it in, and I turned around, turned the lights on, and they just put her to the floor. Then they started catching some traffic by hand, so that's why they turned off. Otherwise, they would have kept coming right to you. I'll go on the other side here. And then they were in the field and hit you.
Yeah, I pulled up behind him, he backed it into me.
Yeah.
Then my car actually quit, And then I was able to get it going again.
Yeah, I saw you sitting there. I was like, oh, crap.
I was like, this ain't good. Is this a vape noise?
Yeah, it smells like weed in here. You said that the vapes are both his and they have weed in it.
The driver?
Yeah.
After a search of the vehicle, several vaping items were discovered, one of which tested positive for marijuana.
I wonder if they ditched anything. For a little bit there, they got a little bit ahead of me. I'm gonna back your squad up a tad bit.
Is that you gonna be able to fit in there?
Yeah, I think so.
I was just wondering, is this at least still Wisconsin? I don't know where he is.
This is Wisconsin, correct.
Thank God.
Why is that?
Because I was going to unload my gun before Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because you
Oh,
Wisconsin CCW.
gotcha.
He's not wrong there. It's like, oh, thank God, because I might get in trouble if I travel to Minnesota with my CCW.
Yeah, you're so 2 weed vapes and that thing. I don't think he has a license. I think it's an ID card only.
So that's why you ran it through the fucking...
He said that. He's out on bond. He has an ankle monitor bracelet, so I don't know if he's supposed to be here. Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I got turned around. I looked and they're way up there. It's like, holy crap. Yeah, I thought your squad was going to look worse than that. They hit you hard.
Oh, yeah, he backed into me.
Yeah, when they backed into you, they hit you hard.
Yeah.
He was coming right to you guys, but he got behind traffic, so he turned off. I don't get it.
No.
Why do you run for that? Is this just a little bitty weed one-hitter, or what the hell is this?
That's what it looks like. Smell like weed? I'm kind of congested.
Yeah,
It's like a one-hitter to me.
That's what it looked like to me. But you think he would have gave up when he was in the field, rather than hitting you?
Right.
So, I mean, this is literally it.
I take it for like an RCS through the sheriff. Write him every ticket we can. You know?
Yeah. You want me to read him his rights and ask him when he last smoked?
Yeah. But
I didn't ask him that.
Clearly they were
It
fucking
reeks
smoking.
in there.
Yeah.
And there's no...
Why not? Ask him why he ran.
What?
The car belongs to a...
Okay. Okay. We have to get it towed out of here, though, because we obviously can't leave it here, so...
Yes, sir. No.
And it's smashed up, so... Yeah, appreciate it.
Definitely no longer girlfriend. Definitely an ex after this one.
Possibly.
No possible. Most definitely.
Yeah, I
do
definitely break
apologize
up
for
with
it.
my girlfriend if she ran from the police in my car.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
No. Oh no! What? No.
Yeah, I definitely, though, because we obviously can't leave it here, so...
Yes, sir. No.
And it's smashed up, so... Yeah, appreciate it.
Definitely no longer girlfriend. Definitely an ex after this one.
It was his girlfriend's car. It was his girlfriend's car. Oh no.
Possibly.
No possible.
Yeah, I definitely break up with my girlfriend if she ran from the police in my car.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I have no excuse. It was fucking stupid. I have no excuse, but I do apologize.
I can sit in here with him, and then Mitch can drive
Well,
the other
ex-girlfriends.
down to Quick Trip, drop him off.
I can stay here with you with this guy.
Oh yeah,
I'll
we could
stay
put
here.
we can put this guy in with you. Mitch can run the other guy down.
Yeah, this other guy.
Hey, Chris isn't going to get in trouble, is he?
No, we're trying to get him right out of here.
Okay, so he's good though, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Get you your coat here so we can get you out of your handcuffs.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know shit about it.
Anytime something like that happens,
Can I have you let go of your hands for me, bud?
goes in handcuffs so we can figure it out. Because if people run, we don't know what's going on.
Can you let go of your hand, bud?
More than compliant. I just want to go get my car, and I don't know how that's going to happen.
We're going to give you a ride to the Quick Trip stuff.
Well, at least this guy is like, whew.
The Quick Trip where?
You searched him, right, Mike?
Fuck.
Well, we could take you to jail. Would you like to go there?
No, definitely not.
Then thanks a lot, sir.
I take it to jail.
Even though I've been smoking weed today,
I didn't do a damn thing.
I can smell it on your breath. And if you want,
Dude,
you can continue the conversation and go northbound to the jail, or you can not say anything, go southbound to Fountain City and say, thanks, officers, because my buddy's a dipshit, and I appreciate you helping us out. That's the direction I think you want to go.
it was CBD, though. For me. I don't know about for anybody else. It's not my business. It's not my thing.
Right there.
Just shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Oh my God! Stop it! You shut up!
Okay.
He searched you, right?
Yeah, I searched. He did.
Okay, good.
Somebody did.
Okay.
I think both of them did, actually. Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Deacon, thank you for the $5. This entire stream has been don't let sorry and crazy sticking in you.
Then you can hop in this one.
You're grabbing that, right?
Yeah, I'll.
I don't know about kidnapping. I don't know about kidnapping. It could be false imprisonment, but I don't think it'd be kidnapping. If the passenger said, "Okay, stop and let me out," and the guy refused, that could be false imprisonment.
I'll grab that. I'll keep it for right now.
Yeah, my phone was on the dash.
The white car?
Yes.
I can grab that for you.
Which phone's yours? It's a Samsung Galaxy, a cheaper Galaxy. It was the one that was sitting on the passenger side on the dash. I put it down when they came up.
Oh, should be there.
Okay.
Just throw your seatbelt on for me, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's recording us when we came up.
Yeah, that might be evidence of recording the actual...
Yeah, to keep it. You might be recording the whole chase.
Did you record the whole pursuit?
No, I did when you got here because you guys had guns drawn. That's all I recorded. I was scared. I had one in my pocket. Obviously I don't know. I'm a fucking passenger. But it wasn't until you were walking up to that side of the car.
Can I review the video? I'll be right here with you.
I have to unlock it.
Hey, think of it 999 super chat.
Right here.
Okay. And go back to the other video that you had on there.
No, I'm not. This is ice fishing.
Okay. Right.
This
We're
is
good
nothing.
Okay. That's all.
Okay. You can't keep my phone, but look, my wife.
Well, I can't keep your phone, but yeah.
No, I'm saying I'll be dead.
Get on the phone with your wife and tell her to come northbound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to verify that that's his and.
Yeah. Hey.
Yep.
I'm my wife.
Oh, gotcha.
The cops, I guess, are giving me a ride to Fountain City Quick Trip. I'm good. I didn't do nothing, but Jordan's obviously going to jail. We got fucking pit maneuvered.
Oh. Oh no! They caught the recording on the. Oh no!
And shit. Yeah, I was just letting you know I'm safe. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to the cities, but I love you. I guess. I don't guess. I love you. Bye. Do you even have anything worth fucking running over?
Not too much.
What an idiot. I mean, an idiot regardless, but what the fuck, man? Like, you just fucking screwed me.
Afterward, it was determined the pursuit spanned 11 point.
I don't think he lied to his wife. I think he said exactly what happened. Jordan got hooked up. We were on a high-speed chase, pit maneuvered, and I'm getting a ride.
5 miles. Jordan was charged with felony counts of vehicle fleeing eluding an officer, possession of THC, second offense, bail jumping, ×2, misdemeanor counts of operating without a valid license, third one within 3 years, and bail jumping. At the time, he was out on 3 bonds for 3 open cases. Ultimately, a month later, he pled guilty to vehicle fleeing, eluding an officer. All his other charges were dismissed on the prosecutor's motion. He was given 3 years probation with conditions of no possession, consumption of alcohol, or controlled substances. His driver's license was revoked for 6 months and was also given 31 days of jail credit. All of his traffic citations totaled over $2,500. Again, the prosecutor moved to dismiss all citations, except for one which was operating with a restricted controlled substance. Head over to codebluecam.com and check out our great.
Jeez. Why? I don't get it. Oh God. All right, this will be the last one. This actually was just released and it sounds pretty wild. Deputy tases defiant driver and arrests passenger in tense traffic stop.
On March 8, 2023, a deputy with Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office was traveling southbound on New Mexico 14 when he observed a yellow Audi traveling 68 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone. The deputy made a U-turn to initiate a traffic stop. This was when the driver began accelerating and changing multiple lanes before exiting onto a dirt road.
Alright.
Stay in your car. Get in your car.
Why are you gonna tase me, bro?
Get in your car.
What did I do? Why are you gonna tase me, bro?
Get in your
How
car.
am I threatening you?
Why are you getting out of the why are you out of the vehicle?
Dude, I have all my paperwork. Please don't. Ah!
Whoa!
Bro, dude!
He was bad.
I don't care! Cut it out!
Don't do that. My husband is not. Cut it out.
Stop, bro. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Leave him alone.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, bro. What the?
Oh my
Dude, it's a traffic stop.
No, you know what?
Am I not?
45 or so.
Do I not have the right to get out of my vehicle?
Right off New Mexico.
Do I not have the right to get out of my vehicle? Do I not have the right?
Turn around.
For what?
No, you are not arresting him.
What did I? What did I do?
Turn around.
Okay. Go.
Turn around.
You know what? What?
Pussy.
Turn around. Turn around.
I'm around.
Stand back. You can talk to me
no,
out. Let me do. Turn around.
I'm around.
Put your hands
I'm
behind your
around.
back. Put your hands behind your back.
They're right here.
All the way.
That's my.
Turn around.
I got broad shoulders.
Turn around.
Film this shit, babe.
Are you serious?
Film this shit.
We have kids.
Bro, I
Turn around.
Shut the.
What is happening right now?
Cuff me then. Cuff me.
Turn around.
I would say him being out of the car immediately and being pretty defiant. I don't know. I probably would have to ask Alex, but I don't know if tasing is warranted, but we don't know. But I would say it's him being out of the car and being completely defiant. It's definitely an escalated situation.
Violating my rights. You're
Turn your
violating
head
my
around.
rights.
Turn your head around.
I have the right to step out of my vehicle.
Turn your head.
I have the right to get out of my vehicle. You tased me. I was not a threat.
Turn around.
I'm around. Babe, close my fucking door. Yeah. Go ahead. Arrest me.
Are you kidding me?
This fool.
Language.
I'm trying to keep her away from me.
No,
I understand you. I'm just trying to keep her back.
Get my keys. Close the door.
Just trying to keep her back from me.
Bro, you don't have to do it so
Some damn nerve. This is ridiculous.
Get back in the car, ma'am, or you're going to cuffs too.
What are you gonna take me to?
Yeah, you. Babe, get this off. Stop. Hey, stop.
Are you seriously
babe,
doing
around.
anything?
Babe, film it. Hey, stop.
Oh.
Stop. Okay.
What the? There is so much going on. What is happening here? We don't have much in the. Okay, why is the body cam footage being shot vertically? That's my first problem. They're supposed to be wide angle for a reason.
Babe, get this off. Stop. Hey, stop.
Are you seriously doing anything?
Babe, film it. Hey.
Okay, yeah, that's unwarranted. Okay, that one, no.
Hey, get back. Stop. Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know what did he do? There's nothing in the body camera that I was able to see that warranted him tasing him again.
Get back!
What are you doing?
Get back!
Why are you doing this to my husband? Are you serious?
I'm down.
This is ridiculous. You are out of line. I don't give a shit if you work for the law.
I'm perfectly calm, sir. Perfectly calm.
Get her calm down.
Babe, calm down.
Oh, I'm calm. I'm as
You know
calm
Michael
as
S.
can be,
Benton?
and I got you on video.
You know Michael S. Benton?
Stand up, and you're getting in my car.
You know? Oh, hang on. Oh.
Turn.
Oh.
You stand back from me.
Dude, my head. Hang on.
Stand up.
Hang on, my head, dude. I'm like dizzy.
Okay, stand
Dude,
up.
please. I'm literally fading in and out.
And of course,
I am helping you up. Get up.
Slam me on my head, man. Oh. Dude. Babe, lock my car, please.
yeah, no, you gotta do that.
Have a seat.
Yeah, sir, please. Hang on, dude, please.
Have a seat.
Turn around.
No, wrong.
Turn around.
Not today. I'm
Turn
sorry.
around.
I'm not.
Turn around.
I did nothing wrong.
Turn around.
Leave me alone.
Turn around.
Leave me alone.
Turn
I did
around.
nothing wrong.
Turn around.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I did nothing wrong. Okay? I did nothing wrong. You're upset because
Turn
I'm
around.
filming you right now.
Turn around.
I'm not. I did nothing wrong. I have my kids to get back home to. Damn you. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I didn't do anything. What the I didn't do anything.
You're on a barbed wire fence. Get off.
I did not do anything. Leave me alone. Help. Help. Help me. Help. Help. Stop.
You on the ground.
I didn't do anything.
You're on the ground.
I didn't do anything. Oh.
There is a lot going on here. Yikes.
You're hurting me. I'm a female. I'm a female. Help me. I didn't do anything.
Let go of my hand.
Yeah, this cop is way out of line. I'm not really. I don't know. There's just like there's a lot of different things that he could have done to de-escalate. I don't know why he needed to put her in handcuffs, other than her having a shit attitude is not really there. I didn't really. I'm not really seeing why he needed to put her in handcuffs at that point. I mean, her playing the female card is what it is. But I'm not. I feel like the cop did not have to do that. Yeah.
I was standing by my car. He pulled us over. I didn't do anything, officer.
Don't resist.
Why would you do this? Oh my goodness. Do not pull my pants. Do not touch my body. Why would why would you do that?
You know the address?
Oh, please. What did you do?
The deputy asked a witness who was at the scene for the address of the dirt road. Using this information, the deputy called for backup.
What is it?
15 Ranch is where I'm headed, so it's on Ranch Road.
Oh my goodness. Why would you? You are what's wrong with the law. You were very wrong.
coming from 337 and Pine Flat.
Remember that. You will not get away with this.
Do not pull away from me.
206 from North 14 and Forest Park.
Please, no! What are you doing? Do not!
Whoa! Jesus!
Grabbing me!
Let go of my hand.
Why are you grabbing me?
Let go of my hand.
Please stop! Please stop! Why are you grabbing me?
You do not grab onto my hand.
No,
I don't know.
I did not, officer! Ow! 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 Ow!
Stop! Resist me!
I'm not resisting! Sir, please! Please!
Put it in.
Please, you're hurting me.
Stop moving.
I'm not just
Put your arms behind
okay,
you.
but don't use my arm like that, sir.
You do not grab onto my hand.
Why would you?
214-56.
Why would you do that? My legs slam me into the ground.
Let's go stand over here. We have somebody coming to check you out.
Why would you do that?
Come over here.
Sorry, I'm a little fainty.
Okay.
Please,
It's better for you to sit down then.
I didn't see that. Tones, I saw her raise her leg. I didn't see her actually kick him. She lifted her leg, and it may have been that she was trying to pull away. But even if we're going to say, I'll buy that she was probably trying to pull away. I don't know if it really warranted him like slamming her into the back of the car like that.
Oh my God.
Turn around.
Please,
Back
please,
here.
okay, give me a second. I'm getting in.
Okay.
I didn't do anything wrong. Did he tell you anything or?
No, I just got here.
I stood outside my vehicle because my husband got tased when walking back to his car. He tased him and I grabbed my phone.
Gregory?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
I don't know. Just watching my wife get beat by an officer.
Okay.
I had my rights completely violated. Totally normal traffic stop. Didn't evade. I just got off the public road. I was tased for no reason. He continued to tase me as I was already in cuffs. It's all on my wife's phone.
I'm sure it's all on his video
No,
too.
that's
so.
cool. It is what it is, and I'm not even the registered owner to the vehicle, and I'm sure he doesn't consent to search and seizure, because this isn't the county.
You are in possession of the vehicle, right?
That doesn't mean it's mine.
But
I'm not in possession.
When he saw you, you were driving the vehicle?
Allegedly.
Okay. All right. So, just want to make sure you're
Dude,
chilled out.
I don't feel good, dude. I need to talk to the medics.
Okay, you'll get checked out at the substation.
Dude, I've had a traumatic brain injury. I hit my head on the ground. I've literally fractured my skull from top to bottom. I literally feel like I need medical attention immediately.
You'll get it at the substation.
Okay. I feel like I need medical attention. Like, can you
Cool.
roll, can you roll the window down, please?
Yep.
The male suspect was charged with possession of a controlled substance, resisting an officer, speeding, expired registration, and no proof of insurance. While the female suspect was charged with possession of a controlled substance, resisting an officer, battery upon a peace officer, and assault upon a peace officer. In both cases, the prosecutor dismissed the charges, and the arresting deputy was placed on an administrative leave, pending an investigation.
Which is, I think, appropriate. Yeah. I'm not surprised they dropped the charges, because he was out of line. Sorry. He was just out of line. Is on administratively pending the investigation, so. And hopefully he does get some level of punishment as a result. Because he was he escalated immediately. I personally don't even know. I still don't think the first tase was really all that good. I mean, maybe kinda, but it's really very, very iffy. The second tase, no. Him going whole hog on the female passenger, no. No. So that was definitely a rough one. I agree. I don't want to end on that, but that was just bad. We're not going to watch Target Karen again, okay? I already had enough of that one. In my opinion, he should be suspended at minimum. Suspended at minimum, if not fired. But that's me. What? What'd you guys play the video I put in your Discord of the guy's brother coming to save him from the cops? Wait, is that the one we've already watched? Or is it... You talk about the self-checkout thief? if you're talking about the one in Minnesota, we already talked about that one. We already discussed that one like last week. The Minnesota one, yeah, we talked about that. Last Friday, as a matter of fact. Well, even if the charges are dropped, they could still sue. They could still sue him in the department. And I'd probably take that suit, if I'm being honest.
We're gonna walk in there. Stop. Do it.
Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, I'm outside GM by the machines. He's got the basket. He's going through checkouts, okay. Let me know if he blows past.
Well, so these are who we're taking a look at. And they're stuffing whatever that is into the Walmart bag.
Is everyone with him or just him? Okay. Okay. Blue bag's still in, and it looks like it has stuff in it.
And he's gonna try it.
One blue bag.
Is that a piece of furniture? Yep.
Okay.
This is security camera footage. And did he just stuff everything in the bag? Yep.
Okay. Which one? All right. How's it going? We can go in here and talk.
Oh no.
We're gonna walk in there. Stop. Do it.
Nope. Nope. Oh. Oh. Oh.
1018. Stop fighting. You're gonna get tased. Lay down. Lay down.
Uh-oh. Oh, crap.
Stay down.
Oh, crap. Paul Blart's on his way. Oh, come on.
These guys.
888, where you at?
What? How did they get security cam footage from Walmart? Are you talking about the channel? More than likely, actually, that's a good question because I would my question would be, it would be requested since it was probably used as evidence, but normally you wouldn't get direct copies of evidence through public records requests. Those are usually withheld from access. I don't know. That's a good question.
Fucking stop now!
Try it again. Bad contact.
Get on that fucking ground! Put your fucking hands behind your back! No. Hurry up! Let me talk to you. Get the fuck on the ground. This guy out there.
In fairness, Jassa, tasers are very they're not very reliable, especially at distance. At least that's what Donut Operator says.
977. Mainly on the west side of Walmart.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. Put your fucking hands behind your back. It's a party one. Hey, please. Which way do you go? Yep. He's on the go. You want to listen to me? Put your fucking hand behind your back! Put your hand behind your back!
No, guys. That looked like a direct capture.
Look, I want to tell you this. Come on. Let me talk to you. Hey, sir. Look, sir.
966, here we go. One, two.
Sir, can I please talk to you? His name is Cruz. Look, I was trying to talk to you, man. Sorry, sir. I'm very sorry.
I'm going back in. Go away. Just go away by the vehicle for me, man. I appreciate you not getting involved.
Right here on the pickup. That's how I'm going. Need this pickup. That's it. My girlfriend's over here.
That's fine. Keep going.
Well, I can't breathe, bro. Huh? I can't breathe. Look, bro.
We got medical on the way, right, man?
Look, bro. Look, bro.
Well, man.
I don't know what you're referring to, Liz.
I'm listening.
Well, you guys don't have me.
What you want? What is it?
97 at the Walmart for a
Right.
Can you please let me sit up? I'm not gonna run, bro.
Give us a second, alright, man?
Please, bro. Hold on. Hold on.
Grab that. Hey, is that big?
Hey, bro. We got right here. Hey, boy.
You are slow.
No.
Here, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Stand up.
Yeah, that's not mine. Look, bro, you still right here. They told me if I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I was scuffling with him on the ground. Tried tasing it. Didn't get it good. Yeah, it's fine for now. I need to go inside to get a couple things. Let me get a couple things. I'll be back to interview you, sir. Man, you said you were walking your friends. Take off.
I know, calling my girlfriend to get
Take off. You've been
I think isn't this the accomplice?
following back and forth with this guy. Go. I know you're with him.
Keys.
Leave.
Okay, I pay for my shit. I got money in my fucking pocket.
Leave.
All right.
You can walk around and away.
Touch me too, bitch.
Fuck
wrong with you, hoe? I'm calling my girlfriend to get his car keys.
This, he was with him. That's why. It was just a scuffle inside.
What's your name? What? Eduardo? Any witnesses you need to get 49?
This gentleman. Yeah, because he said he saw him reaching for my gun. I didn't see I was in a fight, so. Let me go inside. Like I said, my phone's over there and my notepad. Yeah, we were following him. We were watching him, so.
I fucking took that one thing and then he fucking tried to take off with all this stuff.
I have no idea. I'm sure we're probably gonna find out. Wait, did I say? You know what? This isn't Alabama. The state shroud looked like it was Alabama. This is New Mexico. This is Las Cruces.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking that this was Alabama. This is Las Cruces. This is New Mexico.
I need to go wait for my girlfriend, man.
You're staying right with me everywhere I go.
Oh, I'm fucking going this way, motherfucker. Get my fucking girlfriend for the car keys. What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
You want him in the store? You want him in the store?
No, it's trespassing. Just come outside because we're gonna make a bit. Why?
Because
got him.
We're done with you.
Hey, look, I'm calling my girlfriend. Hey, all these this, man. Look.
Get on the fucking ground.
Rosario, they got me right here in the front. They're handcuffing me too.
Stop.
Get on the ground. They're right here. Just come, Rosario. I'm running. Grab this car key. I'm running outside. Okay, we're running outside because they're handcuffing me for no reason because I want to go get you. Okay. Oh my God. What is that I'm doing?
And you decided that you didn't
Look,
want
there she is, man. There she is.
You were told to leave.
Oh my God. He said I can go and give her the car keys, bro. Ask her loss prevention. He handed me the car keys.
He just told me he didn't want you in the store.
Okay. And I came back out, right?
After I pulled you out?
No, you did not pull me out. Bro, I'm smarter than this. Come on. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Check this side, Smith.
Get your loss prevention guy that handed me the keys. And I said I'm giving it to her.
Alright, let's get up.
Can I get my phone?
Put your leg in. Yeah, we'll get it. Put your leg in.
Rosario, get my phone.
Put your leg in.
What the hell's wrong with you guys? Rosario, get my phone right there. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Call the loss prevention guy that gave me the car keys.
Go over here.
You guys are exaggerating, man. Yeah, I was talking shit to your buddy, but he pushed me by. That's the only reason I get aggravated. And there's no such thing as trespassing because.
Get it.
Oh my God, sir.
No such thing as. Oh my God! Did we just? Is this an auditor?
He just got his keys.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Go ahead. We figure it out.
Am I fine? Like.
Well, I don't know yet. But if you want to be fine with me, listen to what I say.
I'll be fine with you. Like,
Please.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Put your legs in, please.
Can't believe
Let me
this,
figure it
man.
out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like you can ask the loss prevention guy. He's like, these are his car keys. Here.
Okay. Put your legs in, please.
I'll tell you, that's the last time when my body says intervene on behalf of an officer, I'm intervening.
Well, I'm glad you had the intention, because not everybody's trying to help us out here.
Screw that, and I couldn't believe that staff was telling me, don't get involved, sir, don't get involved. So when I saw that arm swing around going for that guy's gun, I said, heck if I'm not going to get involved.
Oh, okay. So this is so this guy is witness that he that the guy tried to go for the cop's gun. Oh boy.
I feel bad actually now that I didn't, because I was standing right there. I mean, there's no reason why.
Oh, so you did it.
In pinning him down.
You did more than enough, sir.
Sir, is there anything that hurts on you? Anything you know is injured, bleeding? Your elbow, your head? Anything hurt on you? Anything torn, broken that you know of?
No.
No.
Nothing I know of.
What's that up?
Chill the fuck out.
Well, then sit up. Sit up.
Fucking hold on, my fucking hands are stuck in fucking shit.
Sit down. You want to act like a kid? That's cool. We'll treat you
You're
like a
acting
kid.
like a fucking bitch, fool.
Put your feet in.
Hold on, bro, my fucking hands. You fucking idiot.
I didn't know that, Liz.
This is them walking out together at the same time. Right here.
Okay, because if it's felony, we can hit him with conspiracy to commit as well.
Then yes, because he was for sure on the lookout.
Okay. All right, yeah. Just make sure we include him in all the video footage, and I'll talk.
That's
to
what it
the
looked.
sergeant, and we'll see.
See, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like to me that his accomplice was looking around, making sure that he didn't see like any cops or loss prevention or security or anything, while the other guy was doing whatever.
We can do.
He's got 5 pills.
Oh yeah, Metro's good.
Rocks and several bits of powder. We're waiting to get the final amount, see if it's felony or not. Also.
I'll get his name and I'll do links and title.
Okay. 75207 was the total before taxes.
Wait, how much before taxes?
75207.
$752 in merchandise that he tried to try to yank.
Still felony.
So felony.
There we go. Finally catching my breath.
Adrenaline dropping.
Alright, so we're going to transport you to our station, okay? The detectives are going to do their thing. I'll keep you updated on what's going on. Like I said, you're being looked into for the conspiracy. Alright?
Why is it conspiracy though?
Because you were going around with him and conspiring with him. But
Conspiracy, even though I did not. He's the one that ran out on his own.
that's for the detectives.
And I paid.
Hey, Jose, we don't need to have this conversation.
Okay, so
because I'm only telling you what's going on. Yeah,
Alright, then
we're going back to the station.
Oh my god.
But I need to empty your pocket. Can I empty your pockets out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It don't matter, man.
Alright.
So this time my girlfriend, I'm going to the police headquarters.
Yeah, we'll tell her for you. Alright, I can reach in these pockets and empty everything out?
Yeah, go ahead. There's nothing on there, like... Man, like, I paid for my shit before he ran out on his own, so...
Okay. Alright, and I'm showing you right now, look. Yeah, it's empty right there. Right? There's nothing in my unit back there?
Yeah, I'll drop an 8-ball Coke, whatever it is.
Okay. I'm just informing you.
That, bro.
I like to keep people informed.
No.
Alright.
Like, I was trying to take a trespass, but...
You depends on the state, Ed. It really depends on the state. Sometimes it's $500, $600, more than $500 or more than $600 can upgrade it to a felony.
Let's go, DJ.
Yeah, he did admit that, you know, he probably dropped an 8-ball of Coke. All charges were dismissed. Why bother?
I've made the claim since day one that...
Oh, shut up. Honestly, I don't know. Like, no wonder. I mean, fair, but still, but just dropping all charges? Oh my god. All right. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to stop. I see Mike and Biggin are live. But this is just so, like, what do you call it? Not depressing, but like dejecting. Like loss of motivation. Disheartening. There it is. Disheartening / discouraging. That's what I was looking for. Knew it started with a D. What's wrong with watching Destiny? Anyway. So, yeah, Mike is on. And Biggin's on. Those two first case videos were the first ones I was gonna watch, but it is what it is. For Friday, there is another old squishy video I want to take a look at on Friday. That I saw like the first 15 minutes, and it's actually really spicy. Especially because it's an attorney who, in my opinion, I'm actually shocked, at least in the first 20 minutes, that the judge didn't find the attorney in contempt. Like the way I would say, is absolutely disrespectful with the way he conducted himself, at least at that point in the hearing. And I think it was like a 50-minute hearing, and in the first 15 or 20 minutes, I was like, this attorney is, yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's the eviction one. I haven't seen it all, but the first 20 minutes, I'm like, holy hell. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to try and see if I can find something else as well. And of course, we're going to have further updates on Kim Gardner. But it looks like at the end of the month is when we're going to hear about the contempt. But then further on, we're going to hear about the more about her, the move to get her out of office. I fell down the rabbit hole with Kim Gardner, and I'm going to follow this to its end, and I'll keep updating you guys on this prosecutor in St. Louis. So you guys have a good one. Again, go check out Mike. Go check out Biggin. They're always great guys. Obviously, Biggin has some awesome videos of court hearings. Mike always finds the best ones. Those two guys are popping off on YouTube, and they've earned it. They deserve all the accolades for sure. But thank you guys again. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios. Uh-oh.
My bitch a choose